what sold on Poshmark and eBay the past couple of days because we are moving forward, just like so many of you said, which I really appreciate. I know that's exactly what I need to do. I know myself, I know what I've created for myself, and I've always been really proud of that. So just moving forward, there's nothing else that really needs to be said on the situation. I'm just going to keep doing me. So let's go ahead and get into it. First item is this Katie May dress. It took 5 months to sell and it sold 50% off the listing price, so I made a $50 profit. I was okay taking a bigger hit from the listing price because I did source it cheaper and it was starting to teeter on the edge of being listed on the longer side, so I wanted to sell it sooner than later. I actually sourced this at like a small town resale shop in the San Antonio area, so if you ever feel like you don't live in an area that's pre-populated or has some good stuff, you really just have to search around you, look at the different stores in your area, go to all of them, see what kind of inventory they have, because sometimes even in those small towns, I do find some really great stuff for really good prices. Next is this BHLDN dress. It took 6 months to sell. It also sold 50% off the listing price, and I made a $69 profit for it. So BHLDN, I don't always recommend like sourcing it. If you find it on the cheaper side, it could be worth it. I personally decided to get this because I really like the style for myself. I thought it would be a perfect kind of occasion type dress, and then it turned out that it was actually a pretty decent style. So I would recommend, if you find any kind of classic silhouettes, things are trending from this brand, then it is something to look into if you find it like under $20, I would say. Next is this Reformation dress. It took 10 months to sell, also sold 50% off the listing price, but I only made a $20 profit. Now this, after looking back into it, I realized it was missing the slip dress, which if I ever source sheer dresses and it's supposed to have a slip dress and it doesn't come with it, I'm more likely not to get it because that makes a huge difference. And a lot of people know if they're looking for specific style, if it's sheer, if it's supposed to have a slip dress or not. So I will say I probably shouldn't have paid as much as I did for this dress, because usually Reformation right dresses, especially new tags like this one does, do a lot better. So I think this one is highly due to the fact that it was sheer, and even the style overall didn't have that much data on it in terms of how it was doing on the secondhand platforms. Last item being highlighted today is this star dress. It only took 1 day to sell. It sold 25% off the listing price, and I made a $208 profit from it. You may have remembered this from my Rent the Runway haul. So I had listed this on eBay, and this is a very popular dress. I knew it immediately when I saw it. That's why I got it. So I was hoping that this would sell really well. I kind of figured it'd be one of the first that sold. But voluminous styles I find always tend to do really well. So if you find anything with more of a fuller look, especially if it's more of like an evening gown, definitely do some research on it. It'd be a really good style no matter what kind of brand that it is. I'm kind of tinkering with some new strategies right now just to pivot a little bit with how much has changed on the secondhand platforms and what's necessary in order to sell. So I'll continue to test those out and let you know how they're doing.